Hey, what's going on, guys? It's xJawz, and today I'm bringing you guys a game of Search and Destroy on Crash. From personal experience of uploading Search and Destroy games and also Respawn games, it seems that the Search and Destroy games aren't as well received and not that many people like them, and I think that stems from the fact that not that many people play it, and I think that that's because it's fairly slow-paced, and there's usually not a lot of killing, and I think that people enjoy the aspect of Respawn game types where, you can get up to those, 20, 30, 40, 50 kills in one game, and I think that's awesome. But I think that Search and Destroy is definitely the best game type. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I know this is a little bit of an advertisement, more or less, for Search and Destroy, but what I'm saying here, guys, is that Search and Destroy is the best game type in Modern Warfare 2, merely because it eliminates, or simply because it eliminates so many problems that Modern Warfare 2 has. And, just to name a couple, I guess, I'd say that the two biggest problems in Modern Warfare 2 is, the brokenness of one-man army, danger close noob tubes, and the brokenness of the spawning system. And both those problems are eliminated when playing Search and Destroy for the most part because, one, the spawns are always the same, so you never have to worry about, random spawns and bullshit spawns. It's always going to be fine, and, each round is, a new beginning, and it's never going to be some random weird spawn. And generally, the players that you run into in Search and Destroy aren't using one-man army, danger close grenade launchers. So those are just two things to keep in mind, and maybe you guys will like playing Search and Destroy after I give you guys a couple tactics. So yeah, I hope you guys will try it out. So anyway, the one thing that you guys got to know, to play Search and Destroy, I would recommend rushing 100% of the time. Now, I know, a lot of you guys don't like to rush. I know a lot of people don't like to rush, but I think that it's the most effective and just overall the best way to play Search and Destroy. So I'm just going to give you guys a couple tips for rushing in general. I'm not going to show you guys specific routes. You guys can pay attention to the gameplay and watch the ones that I run each round. But there's some tips that I can give you that will apply to every Search and Destroy no matter what. So, pay attention. I know this is going to get a little bit complicated, I guess. I just want you guys to, hear me out and make the classes that I tell you, because really the things that are going to make you do the best in Search and Destroy is the combination of your kill streaks with the classes that you use. So anyway, the first thing you need to decide, obviously, is the kill streaks that you're going to use. Now, this is completely up to you guys. You guys can use whatever kill streaks you guys want, because I don't know how good every single person is. So, it's completely up to you guys. If you're, a beginner player, if you're new to the Call of Duty series with Modern Warfare 2, and you're not the best player and you're okay with that, I'd probably recommend that you use the 3-4-5 kill streak setup, and that's perfectly fine. If you want to get a little bit more, if you're expecting to get a little bit more kills, you can use the 3-5-7 setup, the UAV, the Predator, and the Harrier, or maybe even the Predator, the Harrier, and the Pavlo. I personally, this game, was using the Harrier, the Pavlo, and the AC-130, just because I was really trying to get a high-scoring game, but I probably wouldn't recommend that for, playing most effectively. So anyway, once you decide what kill streak setup you're going to use, you got to make 3 classes. The first class you want to use is a silenced submachine gun. My personal recommendation would be the UMP-45. And then your perk setup for each of these 3, you're going to want the UMP on all 3 classes, or whatever submachine gun you prefer. And then for all 3 classes, you're going to want a Semtex, stun grenades, Marathon, Ninja, and whatever death streak you like. It doesn't really matter. Now, in case you guys missed it, I left out the middle tier perk, the second tier perk. Now, that's the thing you're going to change on each class. The first class, you're going to want Marathon Lightweight Ninja. Second class, Marathon Hardline Ninja. And the third class, Marathon Cold-Blooded Ninja. Now, the first round, if you're using, this is where it kind of gets complicated. If your kill streak setup starts with a UAV, the first round of Search and Destroy, you want to use Marathon Hardline Ninja. Now, the reason you want to do this is because I'm not going to say it's super easy, but generally it is perfectly, it is very probable that you will be able to get 2 kills in the first round of Search and Destroy, and that will get you to your UAV, and that'll kind of get the whole kill streak domino effect started. Alright, so if you're using a 4 kill streak or above for your first kill streak, that would mean Counter UAV, Care Package, Predator, Harrier, whatever, you're going to want to use the Marathon Lightweight Ninja for the first round. Now this is because usually players are not able to build up a 4 kill streak in the first round, so you would be wasting a perk if you were to use hardline. Now of course I'm saying, of course it's possible that you can get 4 kills in one round. I'm not saying, that, you're bad or anything like that, but generally it's harder to get that many kills in one round. So anyway, after the first round is over, if you've built up 1 or 2 kills, I would recommend switching to the Marathon Hardline class if you're not already on it. This will obviously help you out help you build up to your Predator or your Harrier or whatever your first kill streak is. So that is the main concept that you need to remember. After that, you need to remember that once you build up all your kill streaks, if you get to that point in the game, you want to switch back to your Marathon Lightweight class because there's no reason for you to have Hardline on. It's just a wasted perk at that point. Alright, so those are the guidelines, I guess, and then on top of that, just kind of as an overlaying measure of safety, you always want to remember that if you see somebody on the enemy team get a 3 kill streak, or if you hear a UAV get called in within the first 15 seconds of a round, you want to switch to that cold-blooded class so that you're a sneaky ninja and nobody can see you or hear you or whatnot, because that is pretty damn important when playing Search and Destroy. So those are pretty much the best tactics that I can give you guys. Those will pretty much apply. I'm pretty sure they'll apply 100% of the time. You guys can always use those kill streaks. And, I mean, even if you're not 100% comfortable with rushing, it's still a really, really good class setup and good, tactics to remember when playing Search and Destroy. So try them out and tell me what you think of them maybe, after you play a couple games with it. So that's, like I said, all the tactics I can give you guys that are, non-specific to a certain map or, a side on the map, offense or defense. So there was one other thing I wanted to talk about pretty quickly in this game. I've always had this kind of feeling, even sometimes still, that commentators are more or less these iconic figures that are almost unreachable figures in the community. And that is true with a lot of people. For example, if you were to message certain really big commentators, some of them don't even check their messages. Some never, I personally know from experience that there's some commentators who still have like thousands of unread messages, and that's fine. I'm just letting you guys know that I do read every single message. I'm not saying that I replied every single one because a lot of them are common sense, but if you guys ever need to reach me, if there's anything important that you guys want to let me know, then or ask me for that matter, then you guys feel free to message me. That's perfectly all right. So final score 24 1 and 2. So 24 kills in a Search and Destroy. I was proud of that. I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the game. Peace.